At Ocado, one of our main challenges is new customer acquisition. How new users interact with the website. The main point of entry is our logged out homepage. So we decided to embark on an exercise where we looked at all the data that we had, people visiting the site, how they interact with it, with a view of creating an A/B test so that we can improve that experience.
We use multiple data sources to get to the customer problem, including quantitative data from analytics and Content Square and qualitative from user studies. The data highlighted the below problems: low interaction rate with the carousel, the page had a high exit rate, elements such as slot booking had low engagement rates, there were unclickable elements on the page which increased user frustration, and product listings at the bottom of the page also had low engagement rates.
We ran user studies on our logged out homepage and our competitors' websites to find out what customers really thought. One customer said, "There's too much information and it's overwhelming." Others wondered, why are they better or different? Clearly pointing to messy layout and the lack of unique selling points on show. All of this feedback was taken into consideration and combined with analytics data, which led to defining the customer problem. New visitors couldn't find what they needed and didn't know what to do next. The next stage of the process involved collaborating with multiple teams in the business to make sure we created content which was on brand and easily digestible to new customers. We then designed the page using psychological principles such as gaze queuing and social proof to nudge customers to book a delivery. This was built internally and launched as an A/B test, comparing the new version against the control.
So how did it perform? We saw a big increase in slots booked, one of the key KPIs for new customers arriving on the logged out homepage, and also in registrations. So we could see from the new design that people were taking the actions that they needed to. It was clear what their next step would be by signposting these actions more clearly. We also looked at engagement metrics and how users were interacting with the page through Content Square. And we saw a much higher engagement rate for users in the new variation design. We saw a 6% increase in average time on page, highlighting that people were consuming the content a lot more. We noticed that people were scrolling down the page, interacting with elements like the new FAQs. And also we saw a 3% higher activity rate for the new variation. So highlighting that people weren't only just taking the actions that we wanted them to, but we were also serving the content that helped them make the choice to then take the action of booking a slot or registering with us. To summarise our entry to best single page optimisation, I think this is a great example using multiple data sources from across the business, both qualitative and quantitative, to find a problem with our existing journey and to improve that for customers on their journey to becoming new Ocado customers. It's a bold and brave redesign that involved changing the complete page and not just elements of that. A customer-first approach where we've used direct feedback from our customers to help refine the solution. A multi-team effort where we've used stakeholders and teams from across the business. And the results are a new page that's now been implemented and continues to outperform the previous with higher book a slot and registration rates and numerous iterations planned for our next stage of testing.